The other thing that we Muslims, when we are talking about conciliation between people, when Muslims want to have conciliation, please make sure that they don't go to American court. When we officiate even marriage, husband-wife, in America, I have pre-marriage agreement. And make sure that when your children are marrying, even Muslim, there should be pre-marriage agreement. What is the pre-marriage agreement? 10 points I have them. I don't think I gave them maybe here. So the 10 pre-marriage agreement, I can fax it to you, and then at least the last 2 items, if there is a dispute between husband and wife, never ever go to the court. Come to us. We'll try to help you to solve the problem. But of course, they come to us, they don't want to listen to us. They listen to us, but they don't want to execute what we do. But we tell them, even if they go to the court, one of them should say, Your Honor, we agreed with pre-marriage agreement that we should come and solve it according to Islamic law. He will send them to you. And we did this several times. We did it in Chicago, several times in Iowa, in LA, and other places, without mentioning other places. For at any rate, we know a sizable number of cases that we got them from the court, and we solved them, we gave it to the court. And even business, not only family. In LA, we had 2 business people. One is a big, giant corporation in the Middle East, investment, and one is a local investor. Both are Muslims. In their agreement, there is Islamic arbitration, but they went to the court for 4 years. The big corporation paid $120,000, and the small business paid $80,000 for 4 years fighting. Finally, they said, let's go back to Islamic arbitration. They gave us the case, 2 of us, Dr. Yahya Abdurrahman, those who know him, and myself, and we sat with them. But before we agreed, before we sat, come and fill the paper. That whatever we decide, you do. Bring the notary public. Pay for him. That you are ready to abide by whatever we decide. If not, don't trouble us. The brother said, let us charge them $180-some per hour. Now they are paying, they have paid money, they have money. I said, no, brother, since we are doing for the first time, let's make it fi sabilillah. I hope Allah will agree to accept that. So we kept them from morning till 10 o'clock. So in one day. And we wrote the agreement in one day. And we gave it to the court. The court retyped it, word for word, punctuation, even with the comma, with the full stop, and he pushed them against to execute it. They tried to, one of them, to delay it, but they had no choice. They paid penalty above of what the court has said, because they did not execute it on the time what they have agreed. If you do not demand from the party to fill the paper and notarize it and tell them you should listen to us, don't get in trouble with them. Number 2, if they have their case in the court, tell them you quit the court before you come to us. If the case is still in the court and they come here to play the game on you, if they agree, agree. They don't agree, they go again. But it's there in the court. Why you are playing the game? If you don't want us, go. You want us, kill it from the court and tell the court we are settling outside the court. Here, luckily in America, they agree to community settlement outside the court because the judge is overloaded with thousands of cases. You settle outside, lawyer to lawyer or family to family, community to community, get me the final, I will execute it. Unfortunately, many of our husbands or wives or families, they want you to solve the problem, but they want you to solve the problem the way he wants or the way she wants. Tell them, it's neither you nor me. Later on, hopefully, if not tonight, tomorrow, we'll give you tips for you how to protect yourself, what to say, what not to say to both parties as a counselor. But for the time being, we're taking the concept of counselor. It's part of Sharia, parts of Quran, and whoever goes and help others, Allah has chosen you from the rest of the ummah to do that service. Allah could have solved the problem. If every family is honey sweet and there is no problem, what's for your job? What's your job? If everyone knows how to deliver her baby, if every mother knows how to take care of her baby, they don't need a pediatrician. But Allah's wisdom has specialized people in different areas to help each other because none of us is a superhero. Everyone is deficient in 99%. You are specialized in 1%, and you need 99 to come and help you, even if you are the best of the best. You are best in your, even you are psychologist or psychiatrist? Psychiatry. Do you think you are the superhero in the whole world? No. You master the whole knowledge of psychiatry? No. At any rate. Now we go to page 15, what Quran says. Huh?
I said Dr. Ahmad Sakr was involved in a court here in Seminole County, and he didn't charge anything to the parties, but both parties have spent $150,000 in the 2-year case. And after selecting him as an arbitrator, they denied, one of the parties denied that he won't be the arbitrator. But the verdict he has drafted, Seminole County has taken that word to word, like you mentioned, comma to comma, period to period, and then they put the county seal and delivered it. So it was executed after it was given the court and authority. I think it's for us to know that there are many, many people who go to the court, spend a lot of money, and then come out with nothing.
I tell you that she brought it. I didn't want to bring it here so as not to be personalized, but thank you very much. And she was also selected. I mean, I was selected on behalf of the lady. She thought that I can be on her side as a lawyer. I said, no, I'm on behalf of Allah. She said, yes, I want you. I said, okay. And the local imam at that time, I don't know his name, and no mention names also. Then we are 2 men. I said, it's not fair. We should bring a sister. Then at least that lady with her husband will feel relaxed. The only sister at that time, we told our sister, Dr. Anisa, come on. She said, okay. And it happened that she's a pediatrician for the children of that family. Poor sister, she got involved so much, so we requested her go to the court because you are locally. I came 3 times here for that case, but luckily I didn't come through their money. We didn't charge them a penny. I came 3 times here through the community to help the community, to give Friday prayer and to give fundraising and lecture. And then we sat in her office and her house so many times, and she fed them food and whatnot. She has been blamed, she has been cursed, she has been assaulted and insulted, whatnot. I said, sister, don't worry. Fi sabilillah, continue. And we said at least when there is a lady with us as a arbitration, it gives peace of mind to the other family. It didn't work, but as she said, we have been accused after we gave the case to the judge and the judge executed. They refused, accused us. We are biased, we are not knowledgeable about Islam because we did everything free of charge. Free of charge. This why our problem is free of charge, you see. Don't worry. We will continue to help, I didn't want to bring the case here. I have dozens like this in LA, in Chicago, whatnot. We have been blamed so many times because of free of charge.
It doesn't look like we are learning from this experience, because every other month another family ends up in court just because they don't think that an agreement is fair enough for them.
And the answer is, I think, they're staying away from the Quran. What part? What part?
See, many of the family problem, when they recruit you or me or you, whatever, they think I'm recruiting you to be my lawyer. I said, no, I'm not for you. I'm not for her. I'm for Allah. Either you want to listen or you want to dictate upon me. No, they come to me, they dictate upon me what you have to. I said, why you are coming? To go to the lawyer. Go to judge. Their money here free. We give them also food. You gave them food. You gave them haram in her own house, We sat hour after hour. But I didn't want to bring this case here, but it was not to be prejudiced. Please forget about Orlando. We have cases like this many times. But thank you very much for bringing it to their attention so as they can feel how difficult it is to deal with Muslim family problems. Oh, in Iowa, they recruited me from Chicago to Iowa. I couldn't go. You know what they did, the judge? They put me in my house in Lombard, Illinois, and on the phone. And they made me to raise my hand and to swear that I will do it. I was saying yes, yes, yes. In absentia, because that crazy husband recruited me, Arab. And then after everything okay, he accused me publicly in the court. He said, Ahmad Sakr is not from my school of thought. I said, no, Your Honor, I'm from his school of thought. He's a Jordanian, I'm Lebanese, but we are from the same school of thought. So he executed against him. Oh, the other one, the court hearing was not family, it was a big case study. It's in Connecticut. prisoners, Muslims, became Muslims. They want to eat halal food, halal meat. They said, who is the best man to represent us in this country? Ahmad Sakr. So they want me to go all the way to Connecticut in order to go to their court there and face the reality against the state in favor of the prisoners. A Pakistani medical doctor there, who I know him very much, he used to invite me to Connecticut. He told them, Ahmad Sakr is the best man for you. So they called me. I could not go because I was involved in another thing. The DA, district attorney, put me on the phone with their lawyers, 2.5 hours, cross-examining me whether I know or I don't know what is halal, what is not halal, whether I know what is chemical composition of the food or not. And that, it was a terrible thing. They didn't tell me the DA name, but from the voice I thought he is a woman, and it turned to be a man, but that man who has that voice is an old man. And instead of telling him, Your Honor, Mr., or I used to say, Madam. Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Without the lawyer that recruited me on behalf of the did not tell me he's a man or lawyer. He just put me on the phone and said, and he was listening. 2.5 hours. And that DA man lost his temper more than 10 times and shut the phone and shut it here and then came back. And I said, look here, you are DA, you are being employed by your state. I'm freelancer free. I'm doing it free. You don't want me? Don't want me. You are not paying me, and they are not paying me. I'm doing this free. You want to test me whether I know my nutrition or not? Come with me to my department. I'll test you, Ahmad. So I teased him so much so, afterward, after 2 hours, and he lost the case, and the Muslims in Connecticut prison got free halal meat. From where? They have to go to New York and bring the halal meat to them. It's not easy to be in the court or to be selected to be a jury or to defend Muslim cases in America. Last 3 weeks in LA, a lawyer, coincident, my name was given to him. He said, your name was given to me because. I didn't understand when he was starting saying. It turned to be 2 sisters have been harassed by their department. They are employed in the city. They claim they have been harassed sexually with other employees. I didn't know at the beginning that he seemingly represents the state, not representing the ladies. I thought he's representing the sisters. So he started asking me about modesty, dress, whatnot. So I told him. He said, this is good, because those people were not dressed properly. I said, what are you talking about? It turned to be he represents the state against them. And the sister selected a professor, American non-Muslim professor at UCLA to defend them. I told him, you want me to defend the state? He said, yes. He said, don't worry about money. I said, money? I don't take money, I make free. So finally, I convinced him it's not the appropriate person for you. Because although I am for justice, if it is true that they are the ones who harass and sexually harass others, I'll be against them. If somebody harassed them, no, I cannot defend the state against them. So he recognized that it's not for the interest of the court that I'll be for the state against the ladies. It happened so many times of this case. Since you brought a case, I thought I'll elaborate more. God bless you. So now Quran on Islah, see number 8, page 15. Are you with me now? Are you asleep? No. Yes or no? No. No? Sure?
Unless you want to take a break.
No, to me, I don't. You see, in Hong Kong, I kept them from morning till 10 o'clock while I'm standing all day long in a triple desk room in a library, Muslim library in Hong Kong. And I had 50 men and women. And it happened also some teenagers with their parents. And turned honest to God, the teenager that came, not teenager, even one girl 12 and the boy 12. Believe me, their questions like PhD. And even I had lawyer, I had judge, whatnot. But they got. The only break is salat and food, and then come back. From morning till 10 o'clock for 5 continuous days. Are you ready for 5 days? No. It's only today and tomorrow. But I want you to come on time, huh?
for all the problem you have with this brothers and sisters all over the state, do you have, a certain way you can go, each community can certain these procedures, or they have full power to deal with these problems?
See, up till now, we are not being recognized in the American government about our Grand Mufti. Do we have Grand Mufti in America? In Singapore, they have already convinced the government. The government told the Muslim, you have to have a Grand Mufti. They appointed a Grand Mufti. They sent one of them to go to Azhar Sharif. He got his PhD there, and he came back. He's the Grand Mufti. It's not enough. You know what the government, the Chinese of Singapore, they said, we have ministers in the government for every department except Muslim affairs minority. They said, here is a position for Muslim affairs, and you Muslims get me or I'll select. Finally, they got a minister for Muslim affairs, very honest, sincere Muslim, very humble, sweet face, you see smiling on his face, visited him in his office several times, and he's taking care of the Muslim affairs. Do we have a Muslim minister or secretary for Muslim affairs in America? No.
Supposedly, ICNA would make something like
Wallahi,
that. We deal with that.
I know, they should have done it long time, but you see, nothing will come from the top umbrella unless from the cornerstones. If every city like here, Orlando, you make something like this. And you know, in Dallas, Texas, they have made a court and approved by the government, local government. And Muslims come to that court and they are obliged to follow. The same thing in Singapore, there is a court for Muslim. I went to the court, it's like a court exactly. The bench is there, the seats are here, whatever the court Muslim then the government executed on the Muslims. That's your problem. Government say, I'm fed up, go to your court, solve it, bring the answer, I'll execute it. But they have to pay for it. You did it free, we did free, because of that, they arrest us. Don't worry, I don't care, I don't mind. I wish, if you think of that, we'll let you know to whom to call Dallas. They'll send you all the rules and regulation of that court, bylaws and whatnot, the Muslim court. Then organize it. Now the people say, who are you to be a member of the court? Dr. Muzaffar, who authorized you to be a member of the court? Are you graduate of Nadwatul Ulama of India? Are you graduate of Deobandi school? Are you from the Shafi'i, Hanafi, Maliki, whatnot? You see, Muslims are going to accuse you. You sister, do you know sisters are not supposed to be in the court? They don't know. They don't know what they are talking about. Nonsense. Who said you are not supposed to be in the court? Who said this? Crazy Muslim shaitan comes to harass you. You have to accept. Poor lady, sister. She has been harassed so many times. And if I were in her position, I would have lost my temper, but she didn't lose her temper at all.
Inshallah, she will be rewarded for that.
I know. I mean, the way she handled herself in handling that case, I mean, I'm not here to spoil her or whatnot. The way she handled it and assumed so much responsibilities, it's rewarding. I mean, there are so many other things that she did for that crazy family, but Allah will reward her, as you said. No.
It seems then that it's about time you should start charging for the time you spend with this kind of cases, and then you can turn around and give it to charity.
I agree totally. Akhi, I go and raise money to people free of charge, and somebody crazy in the crowd, you know, Ahmad is raising money for himself. Crazy. Suppose I'm raising for myself. Is it haram? No. But it is haram for me to accept any penny. What did I say this morning? Dr. Suraya, what did I say? So we charge you. But what did I say?
You can return back after.
I said whoever is going to attend this today and tomorrow, the money back to you after they deduct their expenses. Plus, take the books free. What else you want more than? Still, I'll be accused by somebody. I don't mind. But this part of life, we have to live it. It's not we are here for money. We are here to see you and me, how can we work together to solve the crazy problem of shaitan who comes and infiltrate the houses. Why infiltrate the house? I go back to square one. They don't pray 5 times a day. They don't make roza. They don't read Quran daily. So, shaitan.